1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Okay, can't go any further. Just wanted to be sure I wasn't just hitting an awkward point.
Excuse me.
Okay.
The wonders of nature.
There we go. Shit.
Beautiful.
Okay, being too greedy. Too fixated. Honestly, my head's actually somewhere else right now. I keep having stuff flashing before my eyes, and it's eating me alive. Do it. Feels like I could probably go up further. I think I have an idea.
The wonders of nature.
Alright, let's give this a shot. Nope. Alright. Nothing else for it, so. Sun-scorned grass. Kept reading is scorched. There we go. Knew it.
Excuse me.
I hadn't actually seen these resources first time around, but this seemed too significant to not be anything.
Looks useful.
Pfft, Marls.
What's this? A major step forward. I'll help myself, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna stop for a moment. 2, 3, 4. Hey folks, and I'm back. Let us continue. Just stood here for a while.
Excuse me.
Tsuzune is left. I shouldn't have been reading Twitter. I was seeing tons of stupid comments. Now in a worse mood. Just really dumb people. In fact, I can't just, mind crush and, be done with it. It's just depressing. I've been seeing too much Yu-Gi-Oh stuff as of late. It just got stuck in my head. Sadly, the creator passed a while back. That's why a lot of stuff was on my timeline. I am so annoyed with the 4Kids versions of the stuff. Just flying fast. You know, butchering shit, you know? Like people were saying that they're in the Battle City arc, there's an underground duel Yugi does with I think he was a jester-looking motherfucker. I don't remember anymore. But in it, it's like, oh, these
Looks useful.
souls will send you to the Shadow Realm. Apparently, in the original Japanese, no, they were just going to cut him off at the ankle and let him bleed to death. Someone was even going so far as to say that Shadow Realm was entirely created by 4Kids to get rid of the whole "you're gonna die" arc shtick of it. Don't know if that's true, but I can believe it. That a bio, or however it goes. I vaguely remember someone saying it. Vaguely does not translate to remembering how to actually say it, though. So apologies. The fuck?
Let's have a close-up.
No. Okay, I'm not seeing things. There is a giant fucking jellyfish across there. I want to kill it. No, wait. What's down? Somehow, kunai over there. Can that even be engaged? Wait, what? Okay, turns out it's just a giant endemic life. Should have taken a picture of it. I was hoping it was a boss to fight. Something new, you know? Oh well. I'll have to come back some other time.
Let's see what nature has in store for us. Looks useful.
Sorry, I'm remembering those stupid comments and my blood's going up. Ugh. Idiots everywhere. And remember, kids, their vote counts just as much as yours does. I completely misheard that statement. Remember, kids, their vote counts just as much as yours does. Sleep well.
What's this?
Huh. So this is this place.
Excuse me.
Okay. Remember that fishing spot I found here before that had the note? That's actually the jut on the opposite side. So, I got the two confused.
I have awakened! Excuse me.
Come on. Okay, we get to see the baddie from the end of Kung Fu Panda 2 versus...
Brace yourself!
Run away like a little bitch. From T-Rex. No, he's gonna give another shot. Never mind, it's T-Rex's turn to run away. Fine. You know what?
Face my fury!
Seriously.
Observe how it's done! This'll do! Are you ready? Thanks for the support. It's all over for you! I'll show you no mercy!
Nice. Get some. Skadoosh. Prefer to say that on a killing blow, but I don't exactly see how far, so let's just say what I think of this.
Humans could learn from you. Are you ready? Wonderful work, my friend. I'll show you no mercy. That was quite the battle.
Fuck you.
Pardon my insolence. Let us move.
Let's rock.
Leave this monster to me. Pipe this.
What did he say? Oh, I think he when my minions helped him when the Admiral Nero helped him, so he said my tanks.
I'll help myself, thank you.
Anyway.
Be careful! Are you ready?
Ooh, Jesus. Damn it. Screwed that up. Well done, jackass.
Face my fury! Are you ready? Be careful!
I won't say his is all more forward facing. Oh yes, I brought up a Nightingale quote earlier. Maybe I should say it. I'll dig it up now in a moment.
This is going to hurt!
It's actually quite substantial, the quote. So, yeah. But yeah, it's basically like... I remember hearing a bit of it before, but I couldn't remember the full details of it. And so it ended up being like the literary equivalent of just a haymaker. And the two people I showed it to were not expecting it in the slightest. Because he
Looks useful.
you either have particular images of yesteryear, maybe some image of Nightingale herself, or, you know, what have you. And... oh, excuse me. It's gonna go quite against it. What's up, jackass? Honestly, its roar is much more forward-facing. Just like from the looks of it. Good, its arm is all sliced up now.
Be careful! I shall use this chance wipe. Now's my chance.
Magnificent. Seems a little punch drunk.
Face my fury. Brace yourself.
No, his roar, his standard roar. I swore I'd gotten away with more leeway behind it than other ones. Left arm.
Any last words?
To talk about something here, I was mentioning earlier with romance books and the sheer amount of rape they have in them. I remember stumbling onto one manga before, like that, but it was a little different than normal. The rapist was the female lead in this. She took sex slaves from different kingdoms she conquered and raped them till she was done with them. The male lead is one such victim. Oh, thank you. And we're meant to believe a romance can spring from months of repeated rapes every night.
This is going to hurt. Be careful.
Jesus Christ, I was hoping that
Even myself sometimes.
I showed greater forbearance for it than I should have, really. Forbearance, I think that's the right word to use here. Greater tolerance for it than I really should have. I was hoping that there would be something, but no, it just kept going.
I shall put this
And it was just generally dreadful. For most things, I'm not going to judge, but there's always an exception. So, let me go get the quote. Okay, this is funny. Somewhere like inspirational stories, and part of it's the quote from Florence Nightingale. Bing is not helping me. Knighting. Skip ahead if you aren't interested. I'll do a few more hunts. Gale. Okay, I got it here. This is, to give the source, is apparently from a book. The Life of Florence Nightingale, 1862 to 1910. I have read half your book through, and I'm immensely... Sorry, I have a terrible thing of slightly changing sentences as I'm reading them, so I end up stuttering over myself to be like, no, read what's there. Sometimes one time I kept doing it, like 3-4 times. I kept changing it, and I just compulsively, it was hard for me to stop. I've read half your book through. It's spelled TRO apostrophe. And I'm immensely charmed by it. With some things I disagree with, and more I do not understand. This does not apply to the characters, but your conclusions. E.g., you say women are more sympathetic than men. Now, if I write a book out of my experience, I should begin. Women have no sympathy. Yours is a tradition. Mine is the conviction of experience. Now look at my experience of men. A statesman past middle age, absorbed in politics for a quarter of a century, out of sympathy with me, remodels his whole life and policy, learns a science the driest, the most technical, the most difficult, that is, that of administration, as far as it concerns the lives of men. Not as I learned it in the field from stirring experience, but by writing dry regulations in a London room by my sofa with me. This is what I call real sympathy. Another, Alexander, whom I made Director General, does very nearly the same thing. He is dead too. Cloug, a Pope born if ever there was one, takes the nursing administration in the same way, for me. I only mention 3 whose whole lives were modeled by sympathy for me, but I could mention very many others. I've never found one woman who altered her life by one voted for me or my opinions. Now look at the degree in which women have sympathy, as far as my experience is concerned. My experience of women is almost as large as Europe, and it is so intimate too. I have lived and slept in the same bed with English countesses and Prussian Buchanan, Bauerinen. I have no idea of the word. No other woman, in brackets, has ever had charge of women of the different creeds that I have had. No woman has excited passions, in quotations, among women more than I have. Yet I leave no school behind me. My doctorates have taken no hold among women, and I attribute this to a want of sympathy. It makes me mad. The women's rights talk about the want of a field for them, when I know that I would gladly give £500 a year for a woman secretary. And 2 English lady superintendents have told me the same, and we can't get one. Then there's 3 dots to symbolize that they're abbreviating the paragraph. They don't know the names of the cabinet ministers. They don't know the offices of the horse guards. And where I found the source for it was a Google page, and I saw a bit saying that they don't know the names of bishops and stuff. There was a few things they were saying that they don't know. Now I'm sure I did not know these things. When I went to Crimea, I did not know a colonel from a corporal, but there are such things as army lists and almanacs, and I could never find a woman who, out of sympathy, would consult one for my work. I do believe I am like a man, as Part says. But how? In having sympathy. Women crave for being loved, not for loving. They scream out at you for sympathy all day long. They are incapable of giving any in return, for they cannot remember your affairs long enough to do so. They cannot state a fact accurately to another, nor can they attend to it accurately enough for it to become information. Now, is not all this the result of want of sympathy? I am sick with indignation what wives and mothers will do with the most egregious selfishness, and people will call it all maternal or congenial affection, and think it pretty to say so. No. Let each person tell the truth from his own experience. To follow from that last sentence, I do believe she's going too far. but I can't necessarily entirely disagree with her. The amount of women I've seen say, "Oh, I want my son circumcised because it's more pleasing for me to look at." 100 women, 100 boys, baby boys in America die a year from circumcision. Their lives matter so little to these women that they'll throw them away for aesthetics. That they'll risk their child that they've just given born to dying for aesthetics. And the reason why, beyond that, why, personally speaking, why I can't disagree with it entirely. I was bullied a lot growing up by kids my own age, boys, and by adults in my life, men, but primarily, of all my bullies, were women. Adult women seem to have a grudge against me. I don't know why. I was always off as a kid. I talked to one guy ages back, and he was autistic himself, and he thought I was. That's the kind of feel I gave off. Maybe I am, or maybe it's just simply the result of different issues I have just stacking up and coming off that way. Different issues and experiences coming off that way. So maybe I did something that I was blind to. Or maybe it's because as a kid, I did cry a lot. And I've heard far too many horror stories of men saying that they have confessed weaknesses or issues, and then the women throwing it back in their face, grinding them under heel for showing weakness to them. Can't help but think it's over that. Sure, I had one teacher failing me on exams because she didn't seem to like guys at all. Didn't seem to like me, really. One teacher started mocking me to the class, trying to get them to laugh at me. Well, on the flip side, I did have a male teacher threatening to beat us all to death. And that did leave its own mark. But wow, the Santa bar really jumps down, doesn't it? I just blinked for a second and just saw the flash down. But yeah, I went through a lot of bullying and abuse. Just hateful glares. Some of them have stayed with me. And as oversharing as I am, there's still shit I don't feel comfortable in saying. Which should say a lot. But that's why I don't think I can really fully disagree with her. Because so many of those women, and again, there was other bullies as well, but my primary bully was women. And women are vaunted as the empathetic sex, as the better sex, as the pure, the noble, the perfect. Depending on who you listen to. And so their sins would stack all the higher. It matters so much more than what you'd expect from the base and the despicable. You know? I've lost my train of thought. One sec. I'm gonna stop and check. I remember now. So many of those women saw a vulnerable child. A child under their care. They were teachers. And they did not see a neutral figure. They did not see something to protect, any sort of humanity to them. They saw something to grind under heel. Something to break to make themselves feel better about themselves. To get in their face and scream. Why? Because they could. The teacher that started mocking me to the class, outright, like you could tell from how she said things and gestures, and I can't even remember her wording anymore, but maybe even that too. She was trying to get them to laugh at me, and she succeeded. She shit herself when I actually talked back to her. Told her, okay, could you stop going on about it? With head on one hand. Because I just snapped, I guess. She went so far, she hit a switch. She shit herself. Now about. What? And then suddenly, time was of a concern. Back on with class. They found someone weak to bully, to grind under heel. There was no sympathy, there was no ability to care for another person that they were harming. The reason I'm as broken an individual is because of the maledictions, malevolency of these women, who are vaunted as the pure sex, as more capable, more sympathetic. That's why I can't fully disagree with her. I don't agree that they're incapable of it, but certainly Florence Nightingale herself was capable of great sympathy for men. It seems to have been a big part of her, from what little I've seen of her. But it seems like she went through something extra, saw something extra, had some either extra character to her or extra experiences, teachings that these others just did not have or did not care to have. So yeah, I don't agree that women are incapable of it, but so many are. So many are so eager to grind others under heel, believing in that purity, in that perfection. And so many are so eager to assist in that. So many believe women are beyond question, morally speaking, beyond contempt. The amount of people running defense for female rapists and abusers, undermining and writing away their victims. There was a feminist over in America who is responsible for multiple states. Well, is responsible, apparently, for the US definition of rape for decades. She considered a man being raped by a woman to be merely non-consensual contact. Nothing more. There's women's groups in India who, when they heard that their government was going to make rape a gender-neutral offense, at the time and now, it was women only, as in only women could be raped. You'll be fine. Only women could be raped. But the Indian government was going to make it gender neutral, that men and women could be raped. Those women's groups freaked out because they'd lose their hegemony on it. And they argued that it would cause men to make false rape claims against women. Something that, as we all know, never happens. Or at least, if it's a woman making it. So yeah, female, the sympathy of women is greatly overstated. It certainly exists. I disagree with Florence Nightingale there. But far too many women don't have it. They get caught up in the sisterhood, or rah, men bad, or what have you. And honestly, I would say more than a few stop seeing men as human altogether. I've seen some talk about men as the same way you talk about demons. The word moid comes to mind. M-O-I-D. Sounds kind of like a ending to like android. That's what it makes me think of anyway. But I don't know what it's the abbreviation for. I'll check here, I still have a thing open. M-O-I-D. Moid or mascoid? Someone else is saying it's M-O-Y-D. No, that's a different bit. Please don't play autoplay music. Okay, the page doesn't exist. Never mind. Okay, never mind. I can't find out what it means, but it's just a jibe some throw around. So it's, yeah. The sympathy and ability thereof is vastly overstated. It's certainly there. It certainly exists, but I found too many that, again, they saw a kid that cried a lot, that clearly was going through shit, and their instinctive answer was, how can I make this worse? Certainly, there was men who thought the exact same thing, but women are the ones vaunted as having greater sympathy. Therefore, then when they show greater lack, it's more of an issue. The higher you put someone on the pedestal, the lower they reach that top, the greater the offense. Especially when it comes to grinding children under heel and breaking them, destroying their very lives and minds for your short-term satisfaction. This is a pretty grievous offense to begin with. That guy was suicidal after all the shit I went through, all the bullying and grinding. Certainly wasn't all them. But they do claim the lion's share, I would say. Ah, now my blood's up. Heya, folks, and I'm back. I just talked about stuff that made me angry and somewhat depressed. I'm forcing this happy sound right now. Kill me. So, yeah. I may edit that out, I may not use it. In which case you'll have to find, the Florence Nightingale quote on your own. But she gives so many, and she seems to have been a woman of very many different opinions. Unless a lot of those opinions are fakes. That's me wondering, honestly. But, that's a dragon skull. If you look on the map, it's clearer. Is it back? Yeah, someone's saying this is what roars at night.
Looks useful.
But, maybe I'll say it elsewhere. I'm not sure right now. Gonna be honest. The way I feel right now, I'll probably leave it damn well in. Just got a little hot-blooded as I was speaking. No harm, no foul. Is there a way to... Oh, I can get them to face camera. Okay. Ah, okay. I was hoping I could give it to my bird. Ah, Kahoot view would just be... Wait, what? Kahoot view does not help. Anyway. Okay, when I said before I got all the endemic life, I don't know where I was getting that from. There's so many more. So many more. A gigantic sea snail from Frost Islands hates bright lights and so remains in the sea during the day. Lighted surfaces where squids gather and other such potential prey, where squids and other such potential prey gather. Possesses an organ that projects various patterns of light onto its skin. Its eyeball-like glow and colossal silhouette are the dread of every sailor in the region. One sec. Oh, as an addendum to the Nightingale bit, when I was saying that the women, when they saw the kid that clearly wasn't doing well, going through shit, they weren't motivated by any sort of humanity and compassion. Or didn't even see me as a neutral figure, but something to grind under heel. And similarly, some men did bully me as well. Some men actually did show me that compassion, that humanity. I had one teacher, poor bastard. I don't think he died well. It was either cancer or some ailment to the brain. Embolism? The memory is vague as shit. I was pretty young at the time. And sadly, his replacement was my first teacher bully. She laughed like a wicked witch, and I'm not joking. She was cuckoo, yeah. I ended up out of school sick for a week when I was 8, 9, out of sheer terror of her, and stress, and strain. Well, the other guy was one of my favorite teachers of all time. Well, the guy she was replacing was my favorite teacher of all time. Yeah. Alright. Just made a slight amendment to the Nightingale stuff, which you may or may not get to see. Some of the cat's leaving. I do not care to fight it, so... These exist. I am quite curious in that. I would like to fight you.
Thanks for the support. Any last words? An excellent opportunity.
I don't care if I don't get to mount it, I need my blade fixed. Do it.
Observe how it's done. Masterful work. Face my fury. Be careful.
Yeah, when he roars, it seems like a frontal blow. He, I'm presuming it could be female. It's gonna die either way. We use gender-neutral terms here. Like, target and meat shield.
It all
And no, future mantelpiece ornament. Or source mold for sex toy. There we go.
This is going to hurt.
Get some.
No more holding back.
My blood got a little up from the thing I may or may not be editing out. Probably not if my mood stays the same. I'm just feeling a little awkward to commentate.
Let us dance. Brace yourself.
I didn't get to get a mounted charge in, but that's fine.
Retreat.
Oh. Okay. I'm presuming I'm gonna leave it in. Like I was saying, that quote very much is just a written haymaker. You go in like, oh, a quote from Florence Nightingale. You do not expect it. You don't know what you're getting yourself in for. You walk out with a black eye and a lollipop. And since I'm mentioning Florence Nightingale, I always do wonder, like, what would actual historical people think of the face version of themselves? Like, Florence Nightingale, what would she think of Fate's iteration of her? What was, Julius Caesar think of Fate's iteration of him? And how grotesquely obese he is in it. What would, so-and-so think of their depictions, so-and-so's, here, there, everywhere. The list goes on, is what I'm saying. Like, all I can think of now is mythological people. But, or, you know, you can spin it another way. What would, say, like, there's a Sherlock Holmes character in Grand Order. What would the author of Sherlock Holmes think of that iteration? Oh, damn it. I'll just get my weapon out to get a hit off on the tail with the spinny. But, yeah, like, take like various literary characters that are in it. What would their creators think of their depictions? Like, I imagine, like, most of it will be like, I didn't think of the characters like that. But would any react with, like, terror and revulsion? You know? Or would Annie be actually halfway happy with it, thinking it's cool? Even if it's different to what, you know, they wrote or what. Like, I remember seeing one adaptation, one manga version of, nothing to do with Fate, by the by, of Sherlock Holmes, had Sherlock as, like, a fucking android. So, he doesn't really get, you know, kind of going with the... I can't really speak to Sherlock, I don't know the character too well. At least some of the works I've seen have him as depicted as very cold and disconnected from other people. And making him a literal android is an easy way of doing that. And it also made Watson, you know, I think he did serve in the military, he's still in it, but he was making ends meet, ERPing for money. Also, Strahd has a daughter, who's this very horny, like, she's actually the creator of Sherlock, and very horny. So, yes. Like, literally in the first scene she's in, she's hitting on Watson. She was yay shy of one of those, you know, the faces people wear on t-shirts. Yay shy of one of those. And, yeah. Speaking of which, I should go save that picture. But, that's neither here nor there. But, oh, I don't have the skill on to share potions around. Hoorah! Ugh. Yes, it is going to hurt me. But yeah, like, I wonder what Sir Arthur Doyle, I think that's his name, what he would think of that version of Sherlock. What would he think of the Fates iteration of Sherlock? You know, the list goes on. What would original authors and creators think of the different adaptations of the work and different variations on it? I know there's some other Sherlock thing going around Moriarty the Patriot or something? I don't know anything about it. But again, thing remains there. What would the original authors think of these works? And I'm not saying, oh, they want them shut down. Blah, blah, blah. No, I just mean, like, I'm
what nature has in store for
legitimately curious on their opinion on this kind of thing. Similarly, I'd be curious, like, you know, like Florence Nightingale's take on the iteration of her and Fate. Would she hate it? Would she find it funny? You know, what would she actually think of it? Actually, Florence Nightingale, when she was younger, I saw some paintings or pictures of her or something. If they're paintings, they're quite good. Like, it may have been a Yoden camera. I can't actually remember, even though I only saw them earlier, it's... I feel the image has gotten too faded in my mind's eye. But, she had the kind of harsh schoolmistress look to her. But it seemed to mellow off in her older age. Kind of ended up with more of a cool grandmother look there. But she does seem like an interesting character. Certainly seems like someone I would like to at least have a cup of tea with, you know? Nice.
a satisfying hunt.
Hoorah! But yeah, she does seem like someone I'd at least like to have a cup of tea with. And, you know, have a chat, chat with. She seems like... It seems like it would be a very interesting conversation, you know? I'm not ready to fight Magnum Hour. I need to switch weapons. But he's washing himself like a cat. Oh, pussy cat. Oh, cat fight. Oh, hey. Engage, jackass. No, he's leaving. Okay, let me see how bad this sword is. Oh, actually, fire would be good against you, wouldn't it?
Observe how it's done.
Ah.
I think you've had enough. You're done for.
Similarly, I'll be curious to see what like early computer designers would have thought of this. Well, it's probably not the like ideas that they would have thought will come from this. I'm just curious insofar as like you know, I'm sure, I imagine a number could at least appreciate like the power the computers can, you know. It's always interesting seeing what people of yesteryear would have thought of, you know, more modern shit, you know? Depending on the relation to it, you know? Like, say, people yesteryear, their depictions or of them or their characters or the development of the stuff they've worked on. I brought that on myself.
Humans could learn from you.
I really don't have the outfit either for Magnum Owl. This is Fashion Souls, but with a reason.
You're done for.
I just can't aim today.
It's all over for you.
Nice.
I'll show you no mercy.
Almost thought I heard a Geiger counter there for a second.
This is going to hurt. I'll show you no mercy.
Jesus. So they're running away more than normal.
I shall put this to good use. Let us move. Needs more polish.
The sword isn't doing as bad damage as I expected. If I remember correctly, Magnum Owl I thought had pretty high resistances to fire. Hey, I'm fighting here. Whoop.
Let's keep it up. You're done for. Thanks for the support. All over for you. I'll show you mercy. Wonderful work.
I can do it.
Let us dance. Some humans could learn from you. Masterful work. Any last words? You're done for. That was quite the battle.
Indeed. And quite the profitable battle, too. So many ghost prisms.
I'll help myself, thank you.
I got some shell. Got a blade. And I got a scale. Okay. I think I'm done for tonight. I need to get up early tomorrow anyway.
Our quest is completed.
Weirdest outfit possible. Clown suit. Okay, so... You from the Defiled Crow. Pussy Crow. The Goss Harag melts snow on its body, forming this ice clump on the legs of Will. My hand spasmed. Might you spare a moment?
Welcome to my shop.
Monster Condole, subdued him.
Take care.
Examines. warm condition materials best. Warm pelt and monster bone S.
See you later.
Oh, complete message. Tetradon carbon.
Take care. Welcome. Oh. Come back anytime.
Have a look around.
Okay, let us see. Mitsuzune, let's see if I can't finish your set.
Right. Let's get cracking.
No, I need another Mitsuzune claw. But it's going better.
Your upgrade.
I need its scalp.
No problem. Right. Let's get cracking.
I'm gonna draw plate. The Ratalos plate is rare as shit. It's a game of grinding. Ooh, I actually already got a Zinogre plate.
Gotcha. No problem. Gotcha. No problem.
I need to get a Zinogre Shocker and Electro Sack. A mask for impersonating the dead. They say its owner may hear bumps in the night. Seems familiar to me. Feels like a reference to something. Yeah, if it is on, no one thinks so. No one's commented as much. So.
Gotcha.
Got my slut top on, I'm ready for the town.
No problem.
This really doesn't have great, like, resistances, but it does provide water, ice, and dragon, so it is a bit of a variety.
Gotcha. No problem. Right. Let's get cracking. No problem.
Need to get a fang.
Gotcha.
Oh, I need some Nargacuga cuddling. Magnum Mao plate.
Let's get cracking.
Reitazuchi tail. Fabulous. Anyway, I'm gonna call this here. I hope you've enjoyed. Till then, till then.
Your gear.